What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Felix the Phantom video. And today we're gonna do something kind of fun. It's a show I kind of grew up with when I was a little younger, back in the early 2009, 2010, 2011 era. And I'm a very, if you guys don't know me, I'm a very big, not conspiracy, but big monster guy. I like learning about Bigfoot and the Loch Ness monster, Yeti, all these cryptids that we think that are real, that we have doubts that are real in this world. So I know a long time ago there was a show that was called Lost Tapes. It aired around in the Animal Planet channel. Maybe it aired from 2009 to 2011. Maybe the total of 3 seasons. And no lie, I really love the show. I mean, watching it now recently, it's a little cringy. The budget doesn't seem all that well right now, but I don't know. It's a show that I really do like. Like just the atmosphere, the intro of it. The cryptids that they decide to investigate inside of the show. So it's a really fun show. If you haven't checked it out, I highly recommend checking out the show. And but because I recently watched it about maybe 2 weeks ago, I wanted to do a little a little tier list, which is gonna be very awesome. Putting all the episodes that the show had that aired, and I just want to give my tier list on all the episodes, right? Which ones are the best, which ones are okay, which ones are the worst, and which ones are dumb and stupid, right? So I hope you all like this video, and if you'd like to see more tier list videos, go ahead and press that subscribe button, press the notifications, that way you won't miss my videos have been posted. So yeah, all right, so you got started. So what I have on the tier list today are 5 categories. There's the one at the very bottom called "Don't Believe." These are the ones that are the most boringest episodes of the whole series. The ones that I just don't get my attention. The ones I just don't rewatch at all because they're just boring and not fun to watch. And then on top of that, you have the fourth one called Doubt. Which one? Those are the ones that like they're bad, but they're kind of like guilty pleasure for me. I'm like, okay, I'll watch it just cause it's on, right? I'll watch it. The third kind, you got Question. You got things that are kind of good, but they're all decent, right? And then you got the second column called They're Real, which are the ones that are really good. They have some minor flaws to them, but they're really good and they really have a lot of rewatchability. And you have the top one, the best one of all called I Believe, which ones? These are the ones that are like, man, these are good. These are like awesome, right? Like I'll rewatch these every single day. These are like the most best episodes out of the whole series. So those are my tier lists. If you guys have like better tier list names that you guys can give me, go ahead and comment them down in the comment section below, and I will go to the comment section. All right, so getting started with the first air episode ever from season 1 is going to be the Chupacabra. All right, Chupacabra is gonna go to the doubt tier list. The episode's okay. I know it follows a family of Mexican American family who's trying to cross the border to come into America, and then the person who tries to get them over leaves them behind in the, I believe it's the Mexico desert. I don't really know where it was. It's been 2 weeks since I watched it in the desert, and now the legendary Chupacabra, the famous cryptid in Mexico, and also Texas, hunts them down and everything. So it's a pretty decent episode. It's not one of those that you're gonna be like, oh my god, this is crazy. But for being the first episode to air for the Lost Tape series, I found it pretty decent. It was okay. So Chupacabra is gonna be in the doubt section. All right, number 2, the death worm. I think. Oh man, death worm. Good. Okay, I have a really hard time with this one. I believe death worm is probably going to be also in the doubt era or in the doubt section. Death worm's fine. It's okay. You got these two bikers who are trying to do this worldly race competition, right? And throughout their racing, they get lost, and one of their friends gets stung by the death worm, and the other friend's trying to find a way, to get out of this racetrack and trying to find help, because they're lost in the desert, in the desert. And it tells you in the episode, the Nevada desert is probably the biggest desert in the world. It's like dangerous to get lost in there, and the death worm is there to like capture his victims and everything. Yeah, I do like how at the end of the episode they kind of show the death worm for like 2 seconds at the very end. So it's not the best. It's not good. It's a little decent. You can rewatch it and be like, okay, that was cool. That was awesome. I'll probably recommend putting Deathworm to show a new friend, a newcomer, the first episode aside from Chupacabra. So Deathworm is a good way to start. Devil Dragon, the big Komodo dragon episode. This one, I'm also gonna put it in doubt. It's a decent episode as well. You have this guy who goes into the rainforest, or one of the forests, I don't remember, who wants to explore its natural, habitats, and all of a sudden he comes across the biggest Komodo dragon in the entire world, which is aka the Devil Dragon. And so then in the episode he gets bit, he gets poisoned, he's dying from this poison, trying to do everything he can to survive, and it's pretty decent, it's cool, it's fun. And I think at the very end, the Komodo dragon, eats him and he dies, he meets his demise, right? So yeah, I mean it's a fine episode, it's fun. I do like cryptids that take place in woods or forest type of habitat. So Devil Dragon was pretty cool, pretty decent, but it's not one of the good ones, right? Monster Monterey. This is I think the Loch Ness Monster episode, and I'm also gonna put it in doubt, right? It's a little decent because really in the whole episode you're just basically on the boat, right? You hardly see the monster of Monterey, like maybe for like a couple seconds, and you only see him maybe on top of the pole for like I said, like a couple seconds, in the water, in shallow water. I know it's in the ocean, but they could have done something a little bit better. Again, the thing with the season one doesn't really show a lot of the monster. They only show maybe for a split second, try to show you, just hint of the monster, but it doesn't show you full on monster like somewhat season 2 and mostly what season 3 does, right? So I gotta give credit to season 1 what they do right with the season, how different it is from season 2 and 3. But I like seeing a lot of the monsters in my type of movies and shows, right? So, Monster Monterey, you have this woman goes out to the Monterey Sea and, tries to sail off in the ocean, try to see how long she can fight. She comes across this other boat who's been attacked, and now she's trying to call for help. And then the episode ends with her, being dragged away from her boat and then being attacked by the monster, right? So it's a decent episode. It's okay, but it's not, like, oh my god, I gotta rewatch it. It's a decent. The swamp creature. I'm gonna give the swamp creature maybe the question section. It's pretty good. I like this one. This is one of my favorite episodes from the season 1 of Lost Tapes. This is the one that I'll most likely rewatch from that season. I do like the interaction with the two. I forget what they're called. Maybe ecologists. I don't know what they're called, but the two people in the beginning who are in the swamp trying to find some eggs and like not trying to find eggs, but just looking after the swamp, trying to see how the swamp, habitat is like, and they come across this redneck guy who lives in the swamp. He tells them the story about the swamp creature. And so it's pretty decent at the very end. They get attacked, do the 10, and the person shoots them with I think with the shotgun, with the pistol, I don't remember. And it was a pretty hectic, last 5 to 3 minutes of the episode. So it's pretty cool. So the swamp creature goes into the question section. Alien. Honestly, Alien is one of those that I don't really like. I mean, it's cool that they did an Alien episode, but I mean, it's okay. You have this astronaut going into like space, and all of a sudden she comes across this mist of particles, and all of a sudden the particles creating an egg inside of her. And in the hospital, it's only her and 3 doctors. So, well, surprised. Then the alien gets hatched, and now it's bringing mayhem inside the hospital, inside the one section that they're in. So it's an okay episode. This is an episode that I don't really rewatch. I don't if it's on, I just probably mostly just skip it, honestly. So it's one of those just it's okay. I don't really like it that much, but it's alright. Now we're going. Oh man, now we're in the we're in the season 3 episodes now. The Beast of Bray Road. I gotta hand it to you. This is a going to I believe section. I love the Beast of Bray Road episodes. You have these mercenaries who are going against the U.S., right? Showing these videos. You got this, this journalist coming in, interviewing the main boss, right, of the of the bad group. Oh my god, of the missionaries, mercenaries, right? And all of a sudden, this the Beast of Bray Road comes out, starts, killing all the his men. He's trying to figure out, like who's doing this, what's causing this. He blames the journalist for exposing his secret hideout. Also, in the very beginning of the episode, the guy's picking up the camera, and obviously he turns around. The Beast of Bray, drags him towards the camera and eats him, right? So I like the Beast of Bray Road. I think it's pretty cool. This is one of the episodes where, the people have guns, mercenaries going up against a cryptid themselves, right? So it's pretty cool. I love this episode. I think this is one of the best ones that I will rewatch every single day. All right. Bear Lake Monster. Bear Lake Monster is going to go to I'm sorry, wrong one. Sorry. To their real section. I do like Bear Lake Monster, and you have a group of teenage girls celebrating a birthday party. They go to this little lake, and all of a sudden all hell breaks loose, and this Bear Lake Monster starts attacking them and everything. So I do like Bear Lake Monster. It's cool. It's awesome. It's just sometimes the girls are a little annoying and boring. The how they are, but they're fun. They're cool. I guess that's all I gotta say about the Beast of Ray Road. I mean, Beast of Ray Road. Bear Lake Monster. So it's awesome. It's good. I do like the episode. All right, next episode, Bigfoot. Bigfoot. It's gonna go into that. I believe I believe that the Bigfoot episode is the best episode of season 1 by far. You got this girl, this park ranger who's going around trying to stop poachers from trying to kill bears and everything. You have this poacher going around sabotaging all the traps, setting up traps, stalking the ranger, and then you got this ranger capturing pictures of Bigfoot, sending them to the lab, trying to get answers, and at the very throughout the episode, the poacher attacks the ranger, and then all of a sudden I guess Bigfoot gets upset about that, and then Bigfoot attacks the poacher, kills the poacher, and then the ranger had no idea what happened. So I really, really love the Bigfoot episode. It's my favorite episode in the entire season 1 of the series. So Bigfoot's awesome. I would recommend giving it a try. And it's very fun, very good. Next, Cave Demons. Cave Demons isn't going to the questionnaire. I mean, it's okay. It's decent. You got these, squad of 3 soldiers going into a cave. And all of a sudden they meet these, cave monsters inside of it that use sonar radar, as their powers, right, to communicate with each other, right. One of the soldiers ends up breaking his back, and they have to leave him to go get help, and all of a sudden the cave monsters or the cave demons come in to drag him away and everything. So it's a pretty decent episode. I think my favorite part of the episode is when they're get ambushed by all the monsters at the very end, and at the end it shows you how one soldier survived, shows you the bite mark on the neck, right. And so it's a good episode. I do like it. It's really good. It has its flaws, but I really do like it. All right, let's see, Death Crawler. Death Crawler is probably going to go into the oh man. It's probably going to go into the question section. I do like Death Crawler. The big huge centipede type monsters. The reason why I haven't questionnaire, because in this episode they actually show you, like a flashback of what happened in the Vietnam era. I guess it was around that time that it shows you that all these big huge centipedes are attacking the soldiers and everything, trying to run away. Like, I thought that was a pretty cool section of the episode. And yeah, this husband, this wife on the same island. Then all of a sudden the husband gets bit by the death worm, who's dying from this poison, and the girl goes into the same camp that happened. The same camp that was in the beginning of the episode, through that flashback where all these soldiers are getting attacked, right? She finds the medical box. She brings it back, helps the husband, and then it's cool. I like the shot where the camera is inside the camp or inside the tent, and all of a sudden the lightning flashes, and then you see the giant centipede on top of the tent, and the silhouette of it. Oh man, that scene gives me creeps all the time, right? But unfortunately, they both die at the end, because again, when they leave on the boat, there's a centipede on the boat, and at the end the boat's flipped over and none of the bodies are recovered. So I do like this episode. It's one of my favorite. It's not one of my favorites, but it's one of those good ones out of season 2. All right, Death Raptor. I think this was the last episode, season one. But Death Raptor, I mean, it's okay. I doubt it. You know, it's in the I doubt section. You know, it's okay. You know, man, what happened in that episode? That's how bad. That's how much I hardly remember about this episode because it's in the I doubt section. I believe this is the one where I think the guy and the girl, they're going to the church and they're trying to figure out this Death Raptor thingy. It's all right. It's okay, right? But it's not one of those you're like, oh man, I gotta rewatch it, man. This is the best one. It's okay. It's decent, right? I think this is the one with the little girl, right? And they go inside the church and everything, right? I believe that's the episode, unless I'm confusing with I think the Mothman one. But it's good. It's okay. Like I said, it's nothing special. It's just it's okay. Now what's next? All right, Devil Monkey. Devil Monkey is one from season three, and honestly, I'm gonna have to put it on question. I do like Devil Monkey. I do like the police officers going in with the cameraman with the journalist woman going in to like try to figure out what happened to these teenagers. Try to figure out who jumped over this fence and went into this place that's off limits, right? And all of a sudden, they get attacked by this devil monkey, right? What I do like is that they do show the devil monkey, and I know it's very low budget, jumping around, walls and through the door, all that stuff, right? It looks cheesy and everything, but it's pretty cool because you see the devil monkey actually, defeat the policeman inside the house and, jump over the fence, ambushing them and everything. Then when the journalist girl trying to run away, she doesn't. The devil monkey catches up to her at the very end when she's trying to fit through that hole. So I like this episode. This is the one that I do like watching, rewatching. Not the only thing I do have is flaws. It's just the Devil Monkey design is just horrendous. Right, it looks super cheesy and super cringe. So that's the reason why it's not on their reel, but it's on question instead. All right, Dover Demon. Dover Demon is going on their reel. I really do like Dover Demon. It's one of my favorite episodes of season two. You got these group of people trying to trying to make a Bigfoot or Dover Demon video, trying to get views and everything, saying that they saw the Dover Demon and we gotta make a video now so people can believe us, right? And they go with a friend dressed as Bigfoot, okay, and then all of a sudden all hell breaks loose. It becomes real. The actual real Dover Demon attacks them, and one of their friends die. They get taken, and you have one that he accidentally shoots his friend, and you have that iconic scene from the intro where the guy turns on the night vision and the Dover Demon's right there on top of the tree just looking at them. Man, one of the best shots in the entire season. So I really do like Dover Demon. It's one of my favorites that I will rewatch in season two. I really do like it. I dig it. Next is Hellhound. I gotta go with Don't Believe. I mean, I'm not really big on cryptids of dogs or animal. I'm not animals, but dogs in general. I think it's just okay. Now werewolves are different. Okay, don't say like, oh, with the werewolf is a dog. No, it's not. It's a wolf, not a dog. Unless you call it a dog man. Okay, whatever. But anyway, Hellhound, it's okay and it's boring. I didn't really get into any of the characters of teenage drama, doing that stupid ritual and the emo group. I do like the twist at the end where they tell you that the girl that they were trying to get into the group would never existed. They couldn't find no identification of that person. So I do like that twist, but overall the episode was okay. It was fine. It was nothing special. Jersey Devil. Jersey Devil is going to on their reel. I do like the Jersey Devil episode. You got this family who they accidentally hit an animal or something that they don't know. That were on this vacation. They hit something with the car breaks down. Now the family are walking through the forest that they don't know is the Jersey Devil's home. And they go through the forest, now the mom's pregnant with the two daughters, the dog and the father. The father goes out to look for the dog because the dog ran out of the car to go chase something that they don't know about. The father goes chasing them, and then after a couple of hours of not returning back, the wife and the daughters go after them to look for the father, and all of a sudden they get attacked by the Jersey Devil. They go into the Jersey Devil's house. We see all these numbers, 13s and stars, stuff like that. And then yeah, it's pretty awesome, And then I like the part when they try to run back, and then they drop the camera because the mom, she's pregnant, her water breaks, and they gotta rush back to the car, and they run to the cars, and they drop the camera, and they leave the hospital. And the coolest shot in the entire episode, aside from showing the Devil's, the Jersey Devil's face, is that when the camera's there on the ground, you just see the 2 feet, and the big huge dark growl. I like that scene. So Jersey Devil is awesome. I like it. It's on the Dare Real section because I do love that episode. Number three, or the next one is gonna be the Kraken. Honestly, the Kraken is gonna be on doubt section. I mean, it's I do like the Kraken as a cryptid, but the episode itself I just find a little lackluster. Like you do see the tentacles here and there going up and down, back and forth around the boat, but I don't know. There's just something about the episode that just doesn't get my attention for some reason. I mean, I know it's great that you see the Kraken, literally the entire body, the eye and the face, like right in front of you, but it's just I don't know. It just never caught my attention for some reason. So I'll put Kraken on the doubt section. Lizardman is going to, I believe, Lizardman is one of the best episodes of season 2 as well. You got these firefighters who are going into the sewers with another journalist and a cameraman. Because they're trying to look for a cat that a neighbor reported missing, and they go in and they come against the Lizardman itself. So man, the Lizardman's awesome, especially that scene with the girl's on the radio and she goes through that hole and the Lizardman pops up with the hand. And dude, that scene, when I first saw that episode, I screamed like a girl when that happened, right? And then the fire guy goes, helps her, and then they're trying to escape, and the Lizardman kills the journalist and the cameraman, and they go through the gate door. The cameraman goes back to fight the Lizardman, and you see the shadow of the guy stabbing the Lizardman with the axe. Right, he comes in, and they live happily ever after. Right, I think that was an awesome episode. I do really like it. The Lizardman's one of those cryptids that really gets my interest on cryptids. So awesome episode. I love it. Megaconda is gonna go on a questionnaire. Snakes are like not really one of my favorites, things out there. So, I do like how the camera does show, like the cameras from the storage units. You do see the Megaconda, slithering behind them and following them when they're trying to escape, right? Because they're trying to get these snakes to sell on the dark web to make money, right? So now, of course, one of the people who go in, they die by the Megaconda, and the security guard catches the last living person. They try to run away and stuff like that. But yeah, I do like I like it. It has its flaws, but the reason why it's on question not doubt was because I do like how the camera captures the Megaconda through the footage that's part of the storage house or the warehouse, right? So I do like it. It's cool. Mothman, honestly, I don't really like the Mothman episode. It's one of those episodes they try to make it as what's it called? It's one of those oh my god, I can't remember the word at this time, but it's one of those episodes where it's just like um not straight story. It's something I can't remember, but whatever. Mothman episode, it's okay, it's all right. It's one of the episodes I just don't get into it as much. If the episode's on, honestly, this is the one that I really do skip the most. I'll watch Alien, Hellhound, but Mothman, I do really find myself skipping the most because it's boring. It's not really interesting. Yeah, it's they say it's part of a real tragic event, which it's sad to say, but just the Mothman in general just doesn't get my attention as much. So yeah, so that's where it's going. Oklahoma Octopus is also going down. It's an okay episode. You got these teenage people going to the Oklahoma lake side and they get attacked by the opposite, right? It's worse than the Kraken, but it's fine. It's okay. Nothing really happens apart from people getting drugged underneath the water and never coming back up and drowning, right? So it's okay. It's fine. It's one of the episodes that are just decent, right? Poltergeist. Poltergeist sucks. I don't like nothing that deals with ghosts and spiritual stuff. The episode is just plain boring. You got these paranormal investigators who go into this house because the kid, whatever, something happened with the sister. I remember. I think she thought that he moved the dresser on top, put the dresser on top of her, all that stuff, right? So it's okay. It's boring. The way it ends, how the guy sees himself with a knife, stabs him, and it's very boring. I don't like it. All right. So next. Reptilian. Honestly, Reptilian, I'm gonna put on a questionnaire. I do like what they try to do with Reptilian. Reptilian trying to capture people, underground parties, taking them into like secret underground layers. So you got these two um detectives going down there trying to figure out what's causing all these missing reports and everything. So, at the very end, sucks that they die. Or not die, but they get captured, right? And yeah, it's pretty cool because sometimes you think like, man, like, does this really happen in underground parties like that? Like, is there like a secret, society organization that's down there capturing people, you know, in these parties? So it's a little scary to think about, but it's probably gonna be on my question tier list. Next, the Serpent God. Honestly, Serpent God is one of those episodes that I don't really get into. You have the corporation of Enigma now that's been created within the Lost Tape universe. Um, that goes into these, investigate these paranormal type of stuff. But Serpent God, I'm not really into like type of like Egypt, not Egyptian, but like what's this? Is it Egyptian by the pyramids, right? Or type of stuff, like type of cryptids and all this stuff. So it's okay. And at the very end, they showed the serpent god literally in his full form right in front of you, but it's a huge puppet. And it looks super cringy and weird. So it's okay. It's going on to into the doubt section. Skinwalkers. I'm gonna put it on the question section. I do like the Skinwalker episode. When they show that they hear the voices. The wife's voice across the desert, and then the dad shoots the wolf, right, and it turns into a sheep when they go find it. And then when trying to drive home because they're really freaked out, they hit somebody that's walking on the street, and when they check, it's a goat or a sheep that they find. So Skinwalker, I really do like. I do think Skinwalkers are real because I not that I've seen one, heard one, but I've heard stories of close friends of mine that they told me that had experience with one. So yeah, Skinwalker is awesome. I do like the episode. It's pretty good. I do like it. Southern Sasquatch is also going to the I believe section. Southern Sasquatch is one of those episodes where you can rewatch all day. It's awesome. It's good. You got these two brothers hunters who are taking out the brother-in-law who's gonna be marrying their sister, right? And they want to get him to hunting. They trying to do a little prank on him, and it goes wrong, goes all south, right? And because they see something going towards them, they shoot. The guy runs away, and now they're trying to look for what's his name? Was it Matthew? Or I don't remember his name, but he's trying to look for him. All of a sudden, Bigfoot attacks the older brother, tears off one of his flesh from his body. He runs away, finds the brother-in-law, trying to find him. The brother-in-law sees Bigfoot attack the other brother right in front of him, tries to run away, tries to climb the tree house that they found earlier in the episode, trying to find him. Then all of a sudden, the ladder's ripped, and then all of a sudden, turns around, Bigfoot, the Sasquatch comes at him, starts killing him. Man, such a great episode, man. It's such a good one. That's a one you can rewatch all day. Very awesome. Next, Strigoi, honestly, Strigoi is going down to doubt. Strigoi, it's just like, it's another vampire episode, type of vampire episode, but it's okay. It's very, you got the Enigma Corporation going in, trying to figure out what's causing all these, radiation, sites going empty, people missing, people dying. They go in, then the worker turns out to be the vampire. They're trying to kill him, trying to shoot him, all that stuff. So it's an okay episode. The vampire looks a little cringy with the teeth and the eyes, right? Looks a little cringy, but it's okay. Next, the Thunderbird. Thunderbird is gonna go into the question. I do like Thunderbird. How you got the kids skateboarding, and the other kid pranks him. He falls, breaks his leg, and they're trying to find a way out, trying to find a way for the kid. And you get the Thunderbird going in and grabbing the kid, and now they're panicking, trying to find the kid that the bird took. So it's pretty cool. It's an awesome episode. You want to feel bad for kids? Watch that episode. Next is going to be the vampire. Oh man, vampire. You already know. It's going to I believe section. Vampire episode in the entire Lost Tapes series. Honestly, every person that I talk to who watched Lost Tapes, they tell me straight out that Vampire is the best episode. Like, it's the best one. Just it has the best third act. You got this family moving into a house. Whereas let's first start off in the beginning. First, you got the CCTV footage of a vampire attacking a customer, leaving his stripes. You got that whole blood pool on the floor. And then you got this family inside this house, and you get the backstory. The family is struggling, to make money, because the dad got fired, and they try to build a brand new life with the son and with the wife. And then the son, they call it exterminator because they think there's rats like watches in the house, and the exterminator comes across their nest. The vampire pulls them in, starts eating him, and the son goes looking for him, and all of a sudden you see the hand pop out, and the son goes running back upstairs, and then the vampire comes in, the mom comes, the kid opens the door, which I don't know why you would open the door to show your mom there's a monster on the other side, and they're holding the door. And the dad comes in, they show him that the dad's holding the door back. The son, the mom tries to go upstairs. They get being attacked by another vampire. Vampire breaks through the door that the dad's holding, run upstairs, locks himself in their bedroom. The dad comes in, puts the door in front of it. You see the vampire break through the door with his hand. Breaks in. The dad grabs the screwdriver, stabs the vampire. Man, dude, this episode is fantastic, bro. From start to finish, this episode is 5 out of 10. Perfect episode. Nothing gets dragged on. It's just so freaking fantastic. So, Vampire is by far my personal favorite in the entire Lost State franchise. Awesome. Great stuff. Wendigo. Wendigo is also going to their real section. I do like Wendigo. Wendigo is pretty awesome. You got these teenage campers, go in, and all of a sudden one of them gets cursed and becomes the next Wendigo, goes after all his other friends, becomes a cannibal, eating, his partners and his friends, and then the rescue team comes in to look for them, and the rescue team gets wiped out at the very end. It's some good stuff, man. It's so awesome. I like that scene with the rescue team is in the cave, right? And she's like, stop, whoever they with the flare, stop. And he's coming down inside the cave. Dude, that's some awesome stuff, man. It's pretty freaking cool. So Wendigo is gonna be on their real tier list section. Next, the werewolf. Man, as much as you know what? Werewolf is going down to their real. I do like the werewolf episode, especially at the very end where you think it's the guy that's the werewolf this entire time, and at the end you find out it was the actual girl the entire time that was the werewolf. Man, twist of the century, right? It's awesome stuff. You got these police officers trying to figure out who's killing all these, who's causing all these murder scenes with women, right? All this stuff, and they found out it was they found out it wasn't the guy that the woman went with. And yeah, it was a girl the entire time, and awesome, man. You see the werewolf, with the claws, the teeth, the eyes, all pure white. The cops shooting, boom, 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 right? So awesome stuff. Werewolf was pretty awesome episode. White River Monster. I mean, honestly, it's going down to doubt, and it's an okay episode. You have these two fishermen going out with another redneck fisherman. The redneck guy dies, and then they're just literally stuck in that one little river, and it's okay. It's not that great. It's finding pretty boring. Yeti's going to go to their real section. I do like the Yeti episode. You got these man and this woman going to a boat, try to capture what they believe was a Yeti that's actually in there. And the guy who works on the boat, sneaks them on in there. They go down to the lowest section of the boat, the coldest section of the boat. And they find out that the box I was holding, the supposed Yeti, is broken. They find fur, find footprints, find blood stains, and then they hear growls. The guy who works at the boat tries to leave, and then you see it in the camera. A Yeti goes up to him, eats him alive, kills him, blood everywhere. Then they try to escape. I think the girl hits her knee, she breaks it, and the Yeti comes out of nowhere. The guy hits the Yeti with like a pipe, whatever, tries to run away. Goes up the ladder, tries to escape, and all of a sudden, the Yeti catches up to them and kills them, and it's a pretty fun episode. I really do like this episode. It's fun, it's awesome, it's decent, very fun stuff, very fun stuff. Alright, last one's gonna be zombies. Honestly, guys, this episode, it's, oh man, I don't know how to put it. It's gonna go to... I have to think a lot. I think I'm gonna put it on to question section. It's okay. It's an okay episode. It's decent. It's pretty cringy about these zombies. Take a tongue about bath salt, trying to figure out trying to investigate the person or how the person came back to life when he died 3 days prior, and you got the Enigma Corporation going in, and then all these people being turned into zombies with bath salts, stuff like that, and trying to figure out what's going on. And then they try to tase the zombie, which is stupid. Instead of shooting them, they tase them. I I guess because they don't know what zombies are. I guess. Yeah, it's an okay episode. I find it okay, right? But yeah, guys, that's gonna be my tier list for the Lost Tape series. Guys, if you have not watched this show, I would recommend you I would recommend giving the show a try. And if you're one of those people who watch the show and like the show, if you have your own top 5 episodes of the series, go ahead and comment them down below. I would really like to see what's your favorite episodes, what are your least favorite episodes, and what are the episodes that you hate the most, or the episodes that you skip the most, right? I want to see your list down in the comments below. And if you've seen the show, let me know. What's your rating on the show? Do you give it a 9 out of 10, a 6 out of 10? Would you like to see Lost Tapes make a huge comeback? When new seasons and new episodes, new cryptids they could put in the Lost Tape series. So yeah, guys, that's my tier list. I just want to say thank you so much for watching to the very end. Please subscribe, like the video, comment down below what's your favorite episode of the Lost Tape series, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace, guys. I'll see y'all next time.